Okay, Google, stop the music. Thank you. What up, fam? Welcome to Living for You, the YouTube channel. As you guys know, here we are once again with our Monday meeting. I've set out the place for you. I've set out the place for you to bring friends and bring family and bring whomever you want to this meeting. So have a seat. How y'all doing today? You all look really good. And if that is an indication of what you're feeling and on the inside, giving everything that's going on, you are looking great. So I would assume you are feeling great. But I really generally mean that. How are you all doing? See, I got a cough due to my allergies, but some people are suffering from, the problem that we have going on globally right now. And I just want to continue to offer up a word of encouragement, offer up a word of solace, and that you take time out. Use this time that you have to get reconnected to yourself, realigned with your inner voice, your inner spirit, your inner God, and use this time to spend with family and build back the togetherness. And remember to think of your neighbors when you're going to the stores and when you're going out shopping or you're just out and about. Make sure you consider your neighbors and their needs and know that there's enough for all of us. And if we work together, we can get through this situation on the other side together. So let's remember that. Anyway, welcome. It's me, your favorite friend, your favorite cousin, your favorite uncle, your favorite son, your favorite father, your best friend's best friend. It's me, Dr. Larry. I am here once again to have a talk and a good sit-down chat and just enjoy our time together. For those of you who are new, welcome. As I said, I am Dr. Larry Smith. I am the founder and the owner of a life coaching firm or a life coaching practice, Live For You Coaching, based here in Long Beach, California. But you can reach me globally. Why? Because we have this beautiful, lovely luxury of the internet and online. And so anyway, yes, I help people cope with things. I am a certified master life coach and spiritual coach. My focus area, my niche, the things I love to do, centers around helping African American males between the ages of 18 and 40 deal with the trauma that they had dealt with from the past, something traumatic in their life that they're still processing and dealing with. I make it my mission, my life's mission, to help all of us, including myself, go and deal and start to live a present life and be healthy and show up on this planet doing good. Because what we need now more than anything in times like this is more strong black men stepping up, doing what we need to do and being strong for our society, helping anybody we can. And you gotta be healthy, whole, happy, and all to do that. So that's me. Welcome. As I always say, the only things I ask for you all to do is to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're here. You're not just here showing up, popping in and out. Make sure you're a member because you're family. And when you're family, family sticks together. So subscribe to the channel, become family, join this group of people that we're trying to expand all over the world and become part of this magnificent family by subscribing. And then you can hit the notification bells so that you know exactly when I am posting, and it'll tell you. Usually I post twice a week, Monday and on Monday and on Thursdays. That is my posting days. And so you will get your message and your word out, and we will have a conversation. You can also drop comments and suggestions on potential topics that we can talk about, that I can work through some life coaching questions. I actually want to do an entire video on just answering questions. So give me questions, give me things to talk about. I might even do a personal question and answer. It just depends on what I'm getting asked. And so let's work together for that. So leave comments. Like the videos, of course. If you enjoyed the video, like the video. Tell your friends to come subscribe, then leave comments and like the videos. Spread the word around. We want this to be more contagious than that, we talking about. We want this to be more contagious than that, so that we're spreading this all over the world, because people need to be here. People need to hear things like this. These are messages and things that if you get a good positive message going, we need to make that the contagion that is hitting around the world in a major way. And that might even help us deal with what we're dealing with presently in this moment. So like, comment, subscribe. Also, if you feel like hitting me up directly, you can email me at Dr. Larry at Live For You Coaching, or you can hit me up at Dr. Larry Smith on Facebook, on Instagram, or all social media. I'm on TikTok now. It's kind of weird. I'm getting into. I learned how to use this new technology in this moment. I'm trying to develop new things and trying to learn new things, and so that's a very useful and youthful app. But I think it's pretty cool. So I'm doing little weird things with it. I like it, so I'm keeping it for now. So anyway, hit me up. Find me if you need me. Set up an appointment. I have free resources out at www.liveforyoucoaching.com, so you can go use some of those, and we can go further if you need a more intense work session. I'd be more than happy to be that aid for you to get to where you need to get to, or when or how you want to get there. We can get you there. So welcome. I love you all. Let's get into what we're talking about. I laid it out today. We have a good discussion today, and it's very timely because it's the conversation is really revolving around what does it mean to be a real man, right? It's not really a conversation centered on masculinity. We can have more conversations of that later. We can also have we've also had conversations around that topic. This particular topic, when I say real man, is a man who is present, a masculine energy present in a time like such, right? When it comes down to the male species, or when it comes down to the men of the species that we call humans, especially when we relate to the black community, the man is supposed to be that grounding, that foundation, the source to which everything is built upon, right? The mothers are the bearers, the creators, the nurturers. They bring us into this existence. But a man's job isn't just to get a woman pregnant and to move on, or to be that aspect of it biologically. Our job is to be the foundation and the grounding of our society. That doesn't mean we control our society as a king or as a ruler. What that means is when all else fails, the most dependable person in the house, the most dependable person in the society, the most dependable person in the nation, the most dependable person in the race should be that man. That should be the person that, when all else fails, that is the most dependable, solid person who is handling things not from a place of emotion and over access and uncontrol, but from control, poise, and ready for action. Ready to take action and help to either resolve the situation if it's possible, or to help others to hold on in the situation. I'm reminded of, when I think about this, of Noah's Ark, right? And this is not a religious lesson, so don't take it in that way. Take it in the way of the myth, the fable, the story, whether it's biblical, whether you see it as just a story of Noah's Ark. The conversation was that God went to Noah to build the ark to protect the family. Now, the way I see it from my imagination and my interpretation is that Noah was responsible for setting the safety, right? Noah was responsible for making a safe place for his family and for all of nature and all of God's creation. He was that person to create that space for those people to survive that devastating flood. But in this situation, in my imagination, I would say to survive the moment, to survive a catastrophic or devastating or difficult moment, Noah was the one who was set to build that space. And of course, we know the story goes, he moved in 2 animals of each kind, and he moved in his family. No one else listened. We know all of that. But obviously, we don't see Noah building this huge, massive ark that can contain every animal on the planet at that time. So fable, yes, but the meaning is very symbolic for a bigger picture. Noah's groundedness, Noah's stability, Noah's masculinity, Noah's manhood made him a prime candidate. Him and his sons built the ark to ultimately save the day, to save the world, right? Now, this isn't saying have a masculine ego and thinking that you have to be the hero dynamic or some kind of heroic complex. What this is saying is, when it comes to your family, when it comes to your society, when it comes to your nation, you are, as a black man, supposed to stand up and be the person who holds the weight of the moment. Right? Who holds that powerful, fortified, foundational stronghold for everybody to be able to say, when all fails, I know such and such, Mr. Such and such, that man is going to be there, dependable, solid, and he's going to deal with the situation in a way that's not overly emotional, and everything's going to be okay. I can trust and can really give my life, let him have my life in his hands, because I know he's a good man, and I know he's going to do what he needs to do in order to help us through this situation. That's what I mean. That solidness of Noah, that strength of Noah's ark, that strength of being able to be solid and be loyal and be faithful and be trustworthy and be dependable in some of the most uncertain moments that you are inevitably going to have in life. But there has to be somebody who keeps the peace. There has to be somebody who sets the standards. And in my opinion, I believe that is the man of every family. That is the men of every society. Those are the men of every races. Those are the men of every nation. I believe that. Now, I know some people are probably thinking, does it matter which men do it? And the answer to that question is no, right? Whoever's willing to have that masculine energy, because we know that there's energies out there. We know that there's a feminine and masculine energy. We know that there's some people who have more of the feminine. We know there's some people who have more of the masculine energy. We know all of these things. But when I say the energy, those people who are able to utilize that in a strong way and be able to use that energy to be the stability. And that is irrespectful of any differences that we might have as black men. I don't care if you're straight. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're Christian or not. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're atheist. I don't care if you're rich or poor, Republican, Democrat. None of that matters. None of that matters in regards to this. Because that energy, that masculinity, that solid strength during times of dishevelness is what's needed. And that can come from pretty much any of the male species on this planet, should they choose to activate it for the moment. I believe that all men, regardless of our differences, should be able to be solid at heart, solid of mind, stable in our responses and how we deal with things. Not all of us are the same. Some of us are naturally emotional. And that's okay. And that has nothing to do with sexuality. It's just some of us are naturally emotional, and we're not those in that society. We're not those in the society who are going to be the foundation. But there are a lot of us who are not, who are able to use our masculine energy in a heightened way to be that foundational, trustworthy, dependable being that we have to be for those times when we have to be those times. And it is those people who have that ability, and it is those people who know that about themselves, who have a responsibility, an obligation to step up and to be the dependable, solid, foundational people that they're supposed to be in that moment. One of the problems that I see, particularly in the black community, is that we don't have enough solid men stepping up, taking the role of being foundational leaders of our race, of our society, of our people. And I feel like two things are happening. One or two, maybe three things are happening. One is that those of us who have that ability, we step back to allow other people to do it. We wait for a leader. We wait for somebody like a Martin Luther King, like a Michael Eric Dyson, like a Al Sharpton, like a Jesse Jackson, like a Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, somebody, Malcolm X, somebody to come in and step up for us to follow as a leader, instead of taking the leader within us, those of us who have that potential, and stepping up for ourselves and for our people, all our people. all Black lives matter. Love Black first, period. Right? And so it's important that we do. Those who are leaders step up. So we don't wait. We typically wait for a leader. The second thing is what happens is we assume that what we're talking about here is a certain character type of man. Masculine and excessive, sometimes hyper masculine energy has to come save us. A Superman complex that we need this, only the Superman of the society can step up as men in the society or in our group, in our people. And that's just not the case. We have to get past these superficial boundaries that we put around ourselves and for ourselves that restrict us from working together for our common good. Because at the end of the day, Black is our commonality. All that other stuff that differentiates us, your Black still takes precedent over all that. And because of that, it is important to love Black first, regardless of our differences. And in that regard, we allow those of us in our group, in our tribe, in our family that want to step up and be relevant to helping us and be foundational leaders for us to step up. So step up, you know. Don't dismiss people because of these arbitrary differences that we've imposed or that have been imposed on us through colonialization and slavery and all those things. Allow people to represent their Black, because trust me, some of our strongest allies are people that we've considered the castaways in our society as a people, as a race. And then the third thing is, I think there is a situation in which people think you have to be of a certain caliber to step up. You have to be educated. You have to be wise. You have to be older. You have to be richer. You have to be an example to say, look what I have so I can give it to you. No. The best of society comes from the less of society. What that means is that anybody who has the fortitude and the ability to take that masculine energy and be the foundational real men of the society can step up. Can step up. And no, this isn't, sisters, this isn't to dismiss women. This is a clarion call to the men to step up and be there in the time period that we need them to be there when things are in a chaos. So we have a foundation to rely on, so that we know when in doubt, there is a foundation to rely on. So those are the three reasons why I typically see us not having those foundations in place in times of great distress or in times of need. One, because we allow our differences to break us apart and not at all allow us to work together. The insignificant differences outside of us being Black. Two, we wait for a leader. And three, we expect our leaders to be of a certain caliber, or we expect to be of a certain caliber in order to even be leaders. All of that gets in the way of us making progress and building on something. But you cannot build any house, you cannot build any apartment, any hotel, any condominium, any building without a solid foundation. And in any civilization, in any group of people, those foundations generally are the men. What I have seen over the course of many years is that women have been doing the tough task of being the nurturers, the bearers, as well as trying to be the foundation. And I think as men across the board within the Black race, African American, my people, family, us, we have to say, you know what? We're going to remove that task off you and we'll be the foundation while you be the nurturers. Being the foundation is tough, right? This is why all male people, all men aren't able to do it, because being the foundation is tough. It means you're going to go through the fire. It means you're going to go through the storm, but you have to be able to stand strong. But you're going to get all the bruises and all the battery and all of the stuff from being the foundation because you're there. You're stuck there. But when there's balance, then there's those who are not that energy who comes in to give in nurturing and the love. And those can be men or women. Wherever you find that opposite energy of your foundational strength and your fortitude, it's okay. Because that energy is what we're looking at here. I'm not talking on a biological level. I'm not talking on a societal level. I'm not talking on a social construct, universal, European-centric level. I'm talking on a purely energetic level. On a purely energetic level, some of us have the ability to dial in a heavy tune of the masculine energy to represent foundation and be leaders. And then others of us don't. And that's not a flaw. It's not a flaw to not be able to do that. All men should be able to use the masculine energy, but it's okay if some don't. We respect our differences. But the thing I am saying to you today is that some of us have to turn it on, and those of us who can, should, and we need to. In times like this, and whenever times like this come, we have to be ready for that moment to say, we're going to be the foundation. You can depend, rely, trust us to be there and be in the fortitude to hold things together when it seems like things are falling apart. It only seems like things are falling apart when the foundation is weak. I'll repeat that, because that's good. It only seems like things are falling apart when the foundation is weak. When the foundation is strong, it's stable enough that you know you're not going anywhere when the times get shifting. You're not going anywhere when the times get difficult because your foundation got you. How many of us brothers out there can tell our families? How many of us brothers out there can tell our societies? How many of us brothers out there can tell our nation that, don't worry, I got you? Well, I'm telling you here today, I got you. That's why I come here. That's why I present these messages, and we talk and we come together and we have these conversations, because I know how to be a fortification. And brother, I got you. Family, I got you. Nation, I got you. I'm one of the bearers that's going to hold you down. I got you. We should have each other. We should share in holding all of the people together so that we can eventually come up from where we are and be the best that we can be. And of course, that requires work. That requires coming around our trauma. But that's why I'm here. That's what we're here for. That's Live For You coaching. That is what we do. That's why we're here. That we're using whatever tools we need to heal so that we can help heal others, and so that we can eventually get beyond healing and just get to living in the present being moment right here, right now, today. Sounds good to me. So I hope you got that. I hope that lit a fire in one of my brothers, maybe 10 of my brothers, maybe 100 of my brothers. I hope that lit a fire in you. I just want us to be where we need to be. So, I'll be here same time next week. I'll be here, well, not next week, actually. I'll be here Thursday again with another message for you. I also wanted to just kind of throw out, I might put something about it in the video or somewhere. I am doing my own little t-shirt, hoodie, kind of apparel little line. That's my catchphrase. My catchphrase is love black first. That's my heart. That's what I do. I believe in loving black first, regardless of all of our differences of sexuality, of economics, of religion, of politics, of whatever. I believe at the end of the day, we should love black first and then worry about that other stuff secondly. So we should protect each other. We should stand up for each other. We should be there for each other. We should support each other. We should encourage one another. If I see a black man or woman down, I'm going to make sure that black man or woman is up as much to the best of my ability. I'm not going to put them down. My goal is to put them up. I believe in loving black first. And so my apparel line, the different things that I'm creating, that's the slogan, love black first. And I want people to participate in that. And I want that to be something we say of pride. Because for many years we hadn't been able to do that. For many years we've been told that black was ugly. You can't love black first. And even within our own group of people, we've been telling ourselves that, and I'm saying no matter what, the differences are fine, but love black first. So you'll be seeing more of that, because that's my heart. That's kind of my new pet project that I've really been working on in this quarantine moment. So that's it. So look for that. Go look at some of the free stuff that I'm having for you, that I'm building for you, and I will see you all here next video. And while you're in this moment, remember to take this moment to take time to get to know yourself And then after you've gotten to know yourself and you stop to learn yourself, go out and learn your family and go out and learn people who are close to you, because this is a moment to reconnect. Don't see this as a moment of disaster. This is a moment to reconnect, and then hopefully everybody's doing it around the world and we're reconnecting as a people, because for some reason we lost that for many years, and this is a moment to get that back. I love you, and I will see you in the next video.